Hey, good evening. This is Jim from Bang Time Pool. I'm listening to President Trump on the coronavirus. Good information. Today, the first thing I want to do is talk about some pool on TV, or excuse me, on live stream right now for you. I sat there all day and watched POV Pool with Daniel. For the next 4 to 6 weeks, he's going to have a stream every Wednesday. I do have a cue card here so I don't mess this up. Every Wednesday at 2 o'clock p.m. Today he shot 9-ball against the Ghost, 8-ball against the Ghost, straight pool against the Ghost, and left about 10 minutes at the end to answer any questions that were emailed to him. So pretty cool. And also on Sunday, he's going to have a podcast at 12 o'clock p.m. So for the next 4 to 6 weeks, 2 o'clock every Wednesday p.m. that is, and Sundays at 12 p.m. he's going to have a podcast. Some others that I've seen here in the last couple weeks. Q Strokers Arabia. They have matches. They're using Zoom where they're getting players from different areas playing each other, playing the Ghost and things like that. So pretty cool if you haven't seen it. Q Strokers Arabia. Robbie, who has a smaller YouTube channel, he's plays the Ghost, and the last one that I've seen, he played a friend of his in his downstairs, his basement, I guess it would be. Also, FX Billiards. This Thursday, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All of these are Eastern Standard Time, by the way, so you'll make the adjustments if you live on the West Coast. But Thursday, 9:30 p.m. FX Billiards will have another live stream. It'll be a second one here. The Fillers, Josh and Pia, also have put a lot of live streams out and things like that. They're playing the Ghost, so if you haven't seen that, check it out. And last is Pool Addiction tonight, 4/22, 7 p.m. He's going to do a review and things like that. Always puts on a great show, answers a lot of questions, very patient with the viewers and things like that, answers all the questions. So those are just a few things that you can tune into. We're all trying to, see pool as much as we can, and just a little bit to help you out. So today, what I want to do is give you a little drill. I'm kind of short on time today. I'm going to go out and get my exercise here. I'm going to walk before it gets dark with my wife. So I'm going to get this video out to you. As you can see, I'm just spreading the balls out on the table. I have a drill that I use, and this drill is mainly for someone that is used to using the same English on the same shots all the time. So, for instance, on a shot similar to this, and I want to get down table, I may use, our low right-hand English to spin off the rail and come down. Well, what I do is I play against myself. I don't break. I'll give you the rules to how I play it. You can adjust them as you do. This is just going to give you some insight on different position play. What I do is, for instance, whatever ball I pick, meaning solids or stripes. So for instance, if I use solids here, I'm going to use low English on every single shot in the rack. Okay, so if I run the rack, I used low English. Now, you don't need to draw it back, 2 feet, a foot, as long as you're using low English. For instance, if I was going to play low English on the 15 ball here, it may, if it was a straight shot, maybe a stop shot, because we're playing low English and it's actually going to catch up. It depends on the speed, but you have to play low English. Okay, I hope that makes sense to you. Now, first of all, you get ball in hand to start the game, and you shoot whatever balls you want, starting with low English. Now, if I were to miss, I would take ball in hand on the opposite ball, which in this case would be stripes, and I would use top English only. Now when I say top, I'm talking left, middle, right, anything above center. So it doesn't have to be just straight follow, okay? Anything above center where that cue ball is going to react forward, okay? So this is going to show you some different ways to get position. You're going to have to think in advance to use the English that is demanded by whichever ball you have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through a little bit of this. I'm going to miss a couple shots. I'm going to show you how to take ball in hand, and we're going to go with the other ball using forward spin. So what I'm going to do is right now I'm going to take cue ball in hand. I'm going to start on solids, which will designate as my low ball, or excuse me, bottom English. Okay, so right now, and you can see I drew it back about 2 inches. That's great. Don't get picky with yourself. Just think about, now I'm thinking in advance. I'm going to play this, I'm going to play low English, I want to come out here for the 3. Okay? Now, thinking in advance. 8 ball still good. So, again, there's no thinking. I know I'm using low English. So I got to get position. Again, if I would miss, ball in hand. So I'm going to look at the 4 ball here. Play some low English. Hopefully I can squeeze that by the 5 ball. If not, no big deal. Okay. Now again, this is where it gets a little tricky because I got to play position using only low English. Okay. So it is difficult to run a rack, but again, as long as we're using low English, okay, again, low. It's also going to help you on your bank shots for positioning. If, for instance, I had a bank on the 6 ball, I have to use low English. I'm going to be able to adjust on my angle on the bank shot for using just low English. Because, a lot of us at this stage of the game, we can make a center ball bank regularly. But when we have to use low English, it changes. So this will give you the opportunity. What happens to us is we actually get used to playing the same shot all the time for position. Using this right here makes you try to find other avenues to get position. Okay? So I'm on the 2 ball. I may miss here just to give you an idea. Okay, so I have the 6 ball. Looks like I have a bank, and I'm going to have to use obviously low English. Okay, low English. Again, just, okay, so there's my miss. Okay, so after a miss, we take cue ball in hand. Now we use follow English. Okay? So let's take care of a little problem, a couple problems that we have. And again, it's not that it has to go forward a foot, it just has to work forward. Okay? So I'm really just so this is where you have to start to think. If I use follow English on the 13, where does that leave me? If I use follow English on the 12, where does that leave me? If I use follow English, I can roll up and play a straight shot on the 12 ball. So, if I follow, I go a couple rails, where does that leave me? Give me a bump. All right, got a tough leave. Okay. So now again, using my follow English. So if I use the 11 ball, am I going to have position? Probably not. Okay, so we can just roll this up slightly. Again. Okay. So that's what it looks like. Again, don't be too hard on yourself. Look for other avenues to play position using uncomfortable English is what I want to call it. You know, we get used to playing the same English. You know, if we want to go 3 rails, you know, in this position, you know, we may use draw. Find out if we use follow to get to a, you know, a ball down in this position. So I hope this helped you out a little bit. You know, I'm just trying to improve your games. Again, check out these live streams that are on YouTube at this time. And I do appreciate everyone's support. I'm getting a lot of positive comments. Please comment on this, whether this was beneficial to you or not. You know, if it's a negative comment, that's fine. We'll address it. But you know, let's give it a thumbs up if you did enjoy it. Keep supporting the channel, and of course, you know, tell people about the channel. Make sure that you're subscribed. We're still about 50-50 on people that are viewing the channel, that are subscribed and not subscribed. So let's get that subscription number up there where we need it. And other than that, you know, be safe and have a good one.